So Sri Advaita Acharya took birth in 1434 AD in the holy village of Navagram on the 7th day of the waxing moon in the month of Magh. He was born by a very, very celebrated, pure-hearted Virendra Brahmin of the name Kuvera Pandit, and his mother's name was Naba Devi. Kuvera Pandit was a very old man. Throughout his life he worshipped Lord Narasimha Dev with his life and soul. He was the very embodiment of pure devotion. Not for a single moment, day or night, did he ever forget Krishna. Thus the Lord selected this very, very great devotee, who was an incarnation of Kuvera, one of the best of all friends of Lord Shiva in Kailash, the treasure of the gods. It was he and Naba Devi who gave birth to Sri Advaita. He gave birth in his old age. When the child was born, he was so beautiful. He had the loveliest lotus eyes. So the first name they gave him was Kamalaksha, one with lotus eyes. And they also named him Mangala, because from his very birth, everything became all auspicious. In his childhood in Navagram, he was very, very much loved by all. He was the heart, the life and soul of all the people there. Such perfect mannerisms, always compassionate, always gentle, very learned in the scriptures, always praising the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his words, in his thoughts, in his deeds. When he was still young, his mother and father disappeared from this world. He went to Gaya, according to the tradition, to perform the ceremony of Shraddha for his beloved mother and father. After that, he had no family, and he was young, so he went on a pilgrimage to all the holy places throughout India. And in the very end, he came to the holiest of all holy places, Sri Vrindavan Dham. Living in Vrindavan, he was constantly immersed in the ecstatic rasas of love of Krishna. This is so wonderful. You know the story, how Mahavishnu, he stole those Brahmins' baby children, and it appeared that they died, and ultimately Krishna had to take Arjuna all the way to the causal ocean to meet Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu told him that I did this pastime just because I wanted to have your darshan, Sri Krishna. So although Krishna and his incarnations are non-different, still for the sake of pastime, the incarnations all worship Krishna because he is the supreme fountainhead, the source of everything. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So Sri Advaita Acharya lived at a place called Advaitavat. Even today there is a banyan tree where he was constantly immersed in loudly chanting the holy names. There he discovered the ancient deity, personally installed by Vajranabh, the great-grandson of Krishna, Sambandha Murti of our Sampradaya, Madan Gopal. At Advaitavat, Sri Advaita Prabhu worshipped with such love and devotion Sri Madan Gopal. Then in his meditation, he was enlightened with the realization of his mission to bring the Supreme Lord Krishna to this earth. So he returned to Shantipur, which was a place that he went to reside just after his parents left this world because he wanted to live on the bank of the Ganges. Actually, one very historical event took place on his way to Shantipur. He went to Mithila, and there he met the great Vaishnav poet Vidyapati, and they became intimate associates, sharing their love and devotion to the Lord. While in Shantipur, his heart overflowed with compassion, seeing the conditions of the people of this age of Kali. So he began to every day give lectures on Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, discussing only one subject, pure unalloyed devotional service to Lord Hari. At that time, Madhavendra Puri came to Shantipur. We know the story from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Madhavendra Puri had installed the deity of Gopal on Govardhan Hill. And Gopal appeared to him in a dream and said, I was living in the bushes for so long. I am still very hot. Please go to the Malayan hills and bring me sandalwood and camphor. So Madhavendra Puri took that order of his life and soul, and all alone he entrusted the deity worship to his disciples, and he left. En route to Jagannath Puri, he heard about the glories of Sri Advaita Prabhu's devotion. So he went to Shantipur. Madhavendra Puri stayed at the house of Advaita Acharya. When Sri Advaita Prabhu saw the ecstatic love of Madhavendra Puri, he fell at his feet and begged him for initiation. And it was there in the holy land of Shantipur that Advaita Acharya accepted Diksha formally from Sri Madhavendra Puri and accepted his lotus feet as the very treasure of his life. Lord Chaitanya is the tree of devotional service. Madhavendra Puri was the seed of that tree. Srila Ishvara Puri nourished that seed. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became the tree and divided into two trunks. One is Lord Nityananda Prabhu and one is Sri Advaita Prabhu.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on thesacredconnect.com.